Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. It is a beautiful day here in West Sussex today. Even though I had a hugely long night and I am feeling very shabby today, you can't help but love the British weather when it's like this. Anyway, if you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update where I bring you my news, views and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. I'm going to put 180 seconds in the bottom left hand corner of your screen, and that's it. Petrol pooch is off. Anyway, without further ado, let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. I shall start my timer. Okay, so first comment last week was Vinny Vincent. I believe, Vinny, that is your first comment, and I have to have laughed last week. So I was talking about the Speed Machine 35 getting, I think, 4 weeks on the trot. That is Francois G. He's just changed his channel name, so I thought we had a competitor to Francois G, but no, it's just Francois G. So the first comment this week will give you a shout out next week. Where are you and what you're doing was a bit thin on the ground, but Ginger17 was watching in bed after having done a long trip back in a truck, a demonstrator, a truck driver. But where are you right now? And what are you doing? And I'll give you a shout out next week. Last week's question was all about private plates. Pretty mixed reaction really. Lots of people like them, some people don't. Really interesting difference between different countries and what you're allowed to do and how much they cost. The one comment that didn't come up that I thought it would was when people move the numbers and letters around and put little black dots where the the number plate holders are to try and make them say words that they're not because they can't afford a proper one. That drives me insane. This week's question is basically stemmed from the event I went to last night, which was the launch of the new Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. It's a very simple question. Do you think that is the best looking Aston Martin ever? Because I think it's pretty close. I know some of the classics like DB5s are very beautiful, but I just think it's stunning from every angle. And that brings me, if you didn't, I've uploaded a film last night. I was at a launch last night till 10, didn't finish editing till 2. The film is now live, but what a car. 715 bhp, 900 newton meters of torque, 211 miles an hour top end. 0 to 60 is dispatched in a mere 3.3 seconds. An absolutely stunning car. Tune in, I will put a card above right now. Tune into my launch video. I really hope to be driving that car later on this year. Keep our fingers crossed. Motorsport Formula 1 was from Paul Ricard last weekend. Not a bad race actually, obviously a great win for Lewis, a bit of a mishap for Vettel on the first corner, but we're in a bit of a Formula 1 frenzy now. 3 races in 3 weeks. We are off to Austria this coming weekend, and then the British Grand Prix the weekend after, and then it's Festival of Speed, and I can bring you close up to some Formula 1 action from there. But the big one this week was the Pikes Peak Challenge. Now, I mentioned in a Midweek 180 a few weeks ago about the VW electric vehicle called the I.D. and it was driven by Romain Dumas this week at Pikes Peak to try and go for the record. Now, some numbers. The electric vehicle record was set in 2016, and that was 8 minutes 57. The overall record was set in 2013 by Sebastian Loeb in that stunning Peugeot at 8 minutes 13.8 seconds, and Dumas did it in a simply mind-blowing 7 minutes and 57 seconds. Absolutely awesome effort, helped by immense amounts of torque from the motor, over 480 pounds-feet of torque per, I knew I was going to go over this week, 480 pounds-feet of torque per electric motor, and it has 2. And the big thing about Pikes Peak is it's so high. It goes up to 4,300 meters, so internal combustion engines suffer with the altitude, whereas obviously electric cars don't. Stunning effort by everybody involved in that project. Anyway, that brings me to the end of my time. Now, I have a bit of a challenge with tomorrow night's video in that as we speak now, and it is just coming up to lunchtime on Wednesday, I don't have one. So I was meant to be reviewing a beautiful Rolls-Royce today, but sadly that shoot got cancelled at the last minute. And I'd already uploaded my Abarth video that went live on Monday, which you must check out if you haven't done so already. So I was left without the film for Friday. So I have got a few ideas for a film I'm going to shoot tomorrow, but tune in for a surprise, because it's a surprise to me. But make sure you check out my Aston Martin DBS Superleggera launch video. It was a very special evening. A huge thanks to Aston Martin for the invite. To get that close to a global launch was very special, and honestly, it is a beautiful car. I mentioned in my video, I don't think there's an ugly panel on the car. It's just stunning from every direction, and I think they're going to sell absolutely loads of them. Anyway, I will draw this video to a close. If you've liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come. I'll see you on the next film, which is going to be Friday at 6 for a bit of a surprise. But make sure you check out the other films I've uploaded this week. Anyway, you take care, guys. Drive safe.